The story of Rahab is found in the book of Joshua in the Bible. Here is a summary of her story. Rahab was a woman who lived in the city of Jericho, which was a fortified city in Canaan. The Israelites, led by Joshua, had crossed the Jordan River and were preparing to conquer the land of Canaan as part of God's promise to the descendants of Abraham. Joshua sent 2 spies to Jericho to gather information about the city and its defenses. The spies entered the city and stayed at Rahab's house, as she ran an inn near the city wall. However, the king of Jericho became aware of the spies' presence and sent soldiers to capture them. Rahab quickly hid the spies on her roof under some stalks of flax. When the soldiers came to Rahab's house and asked her about the spies, she lied and told them that the spies had already left the city. She redirected the soldiers away from the spies, who remained hidden on her roof. After the soldiers left, Rahab went to the spies and confessed her belief in the God of Israel. She explained that the people of Jericho were terrified of the Israelites because they had heard about their victories and the miracles God had performed for them, particularly the crossing of the Red Sea during the Exodus. Rahab believed that the God of Israel was the true God, and she asked for protection for herself and her family. In return for her assistance in her faith, the spies promised Rahab that they would spare her and her family when they conquered Jericho, on the condition that she mark her house with a red cord and keep her whole family inside. Rahab agreed and let the spies escape through a window, as her house was built into the city wall. The spies returned to Joshua and told him about Rahab's assistance and the fear that gripped the people of Jericho. Consequently, Joshua and the Israelites prepared to attack Jericho, following God's instructions. The Israelites marched around the city of Jericho for 6 days without attacking. On the 7th day, they marched around the city 7 times, and at the sound of a trumpet blast, the people shouted, and the walls of Jericho collapsed. Joshua and his army attacked the city, killing all the inhabitants except Rahab and her family. Rahab and her entire family were safely brought out of Jericho and were integrated into the Israelite community. Rahab eventually married an Israelite man named Salmon, and they had a son named Boaz, who played a significant role in the biblical account of Ruth. Rahab's story highlights her faith, courage, and the mercy of God. She is often celebrated as a remarkable example of God's redemptive power, as someone from a pagan background who joined God's chosen people and ultimately became part of the lineage of King David and, later, Jesus Christ.